Hi, it's Keith Walden, the owner of Departure Lounge, and I'm coming to you from Departure Lounge Austin, our storefront travel agency here in Westlake Hills in Austin, Texas. In this episode of the VIP Travel Report, I had the pleasure of going to Vienna, Austria last week to attend the Virtuoso Symposium. While I was there, I sat down with Virtuoso CEO Matthew Upchurch, who's one of my best friends, and we walked down memory lane to discuss the beginning of the Virtuoso brand. It's a great story, and I think you'll enjoy it. After that discussion, we're going to go to Rwanda, where Mo Greenwood on our team is at the one and only Gorilla's Nest. She's going to take us on a tour of one of those units there that's so fantastic. Following that tour, we're going to go to Barcelona, where MAURICIO HANNA is going to take us on a tour of the presidential suite at the top of the Hotel Arts Barcelona, which is a Ritz-Carlton property. And then finally, I'm going to give you some great offers to go to Mexico during the holidays or the first of next year. Let's start off with my talk with Matthew Upchurch, CEO of Virtuoso. Okay, so let's start off with the viewers that don't know us or what Virtuoso is. What is Virtuoso?
Well, Virtuoso is the world's most prestigious organization by invitation only of travel advisors, designers, the members that come together, and basically we have a global network of the best partners with the best advisors, and we basically collectively come together to provide benefits, connections and all that really make a difference in the way people experience travel.
Right. We've been on each other 25 years.
Yeah, sure have.
And at the beginning of that, it wasn't Virtuoso, it was API Travel Consultants.
Yeah, that's a sexy name, right?
Yeah.
API Travel Consultants.
Yes. You hired me to help make travel advisors sexy.
Yeah.
And then in 1999, in the summertime, we had a directors meeting in San Francisco, what was then the Park Hyatt, kind of a UN setup, and we were dreaming of goals for the future.
Right.
One of those 8 was to create a consumer brand.
Right.
And then I was sitting probably 20, 25 feet away from you, and I let a little word slip out of my mouth, and you heard it, and amongst all of that, and you said, Keith, what did you say? And I really had said an expletive, because I knew in the moment that we could spend all the money in the world and not make API Travel Consultants a consumer brand. I just knew enough about branding from my past and education. I just thought, it's a great goal, but we're not going to do it with this name. And that's what
I remember you saying specifically, that will never be a global brand.
Yeah. And there were some looks given to me from our own team, like, what are you saying? And that started this thinking process that you're famous for, where the things circle and circle around and circle around and circle around. And then you let me know you were open to changing the name. We looked at like 600 some odd words that had something to do with travel. Didn't like any of them. They all sounded like some sort of bad morph of terms. And then we had a breakthrough moment, and
we didn't want to sound like a prescription drug.
Yes, and that was definitely coming up. And then we had a breakthrough moment where I said, hey, how about we use a word that's a positioning word that talks about the caliber of the network, and then we use the tagline to say travel. And late in the day at a director's meeting in Las Vegas, you said, yeah, I'm open to that. So I got on a plane with my laptop, with my thesaurus on my laptop, looking through words that meant the best, basically, and fell in love with the word virtuoso. And Joanne Taylor, who was a work colleague at the time, was on the flight with me, and I'm showing her, and I'm already graphically playing with the word and how great it looked. And I said, don't worry, I'll get home tonight and I'll do a trademark search, and this is not going to be available. This surely it won't be an option. And then at midnight that night, I did a trademark search before I could go to bed, because it was still rolling in my head, and it was wide open for travel. So the next morning, I called Joanne very early, and I said, you know what? I think this is it. But it's so controversial, because at that time, half of your family, half of the network was very much against changing the name to anything, because you were a very successful organization. So I said, Joanne, we need to come up with a story that this was presented by an anonymous employee who did not want to be named because of the controversy. And I said, the reason for that, this name needs to live or die based on itself.
Own merits. Right?
Yeah, and not where it came from, and no politics involved. And so she said, no problem, kept the secret. And then I submitted it to what we had formed as a branding committee at that time, and we presented to you and the other principals of the company in 3 cities on December the 19th
You did it, and you insisted it was all simultaneously, so
On
there
the
could be
same hour.
no back chatter.
Yes, because we knew all of you very well, and we presented at the same time. And I suppose all of you had decided not to give us any like pulse or even breathe because we got nothing from any of you, like zero. I mean, the least nothing you could possibly get. So we were deflated, and I remember talking to the committee, and they're like, yeah, it was horrible. I'm like, yeah, me too, you know, and I've never seen Matthew not give any response, and there was just like nothing. So I said, you know, go home for the holidays. We'll restart this process again. Don't give up. Appreciate your work. And then we did. We went on the holidays. I remember being at home in the hill country on New Year's Eve, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, on the 31st of December. I'm literally going to be hosting a party in my house. And the phone rings, and it's you, and you said, Keith, let's do it. And I had no idea what you were talking about. Like, didn't even possibly be a clue that it could be about the name. And you're like, yeah.
I'm so glad we're rememorializing this because it's really coming back to me.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Well, no, I had hair then. Yeah.
Well, I resemble that remark.
Yeah, no. I mean, and you're like, yeah, I thought about it. We're going to do it. And I want to roll it out at Symposium in Vienna, which was in 14 days. And I said that out loud. I said, that's in 14 days. We need a logo. We need a tagline. We need a color scheme. And you're like, yep.
Yeah, you can do it.
But I'm leaving the country on the 10th, so I need it done by the 10th, which like made it 10 days.
Yeah. And I remember you sending all the material to the Inn at National Hall in Connecticut.
Yes. But before then, I knew not to argue with you because I'm like, we're going to have to do this. Set the phone down, picked it back up, called my favorite design resource in Dallas, called in all my favors, pulled 5 top designers off the projects for the week, right after the first week of the year. And I went to Dallas and we cranked out options and came up with the logo in 5 days, sent it to you guys so that you could make a decision before you left the country. And then here we are on the 14th of January in Vienna announcing it. And I was so nervous, I didn't sleep. I remember staying in the bar at the Imperial every night, just being wired because it was so controversial. And I remember just key personalities coming up to me and saying, what have you done? What have you done? Like I had shot their child or something. And that was heavy, And
you shot JR.
Yeah. I remember right after the ceremony, which was so beautiful with the Mozart playing, and it was just the
violinist from the Vienna Philharmonic.
Yes, incredible. But right after we're leaving, I'm going down the stairs with Dixie Stewart. Oh, yeah. And I said, Dixie.
Macon, Georgia.
Yes. I said, Dixie, what do you think? She's like, I can't speak. I don't know what you've just done. And it was just like she'd watched someone be killed. And so it was like it was a nerve-wracking time. But, now 21 years later, it's been fantastic. And
now we joke about the fact that success has many parents, but orphans a failure.
Yeah.
And now everybody's like, oh, I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, we know better. Yeah, literally, we both had a lot more hair. Yeah. Well, I mean, I just remember you had just key family members that were against it. And so what I want to finish our talk with today is what was that moment between December 19th and when you called me on the 31st. I know you well enough to know that you mulled it over in your head and you talked to people. What got you to the point to say, we're going to do this, which was very brave to make a change at all, and then to select that name? What happened there?
Well, actually, it had something to do with a very, very strong part of this whole story is something you said during one of the meetings where things had been a bit heated. And actually, it's interesting that you bring up the fact that,
Oh, you're talking about Whistler, when you threw me up on stage.
Well, that, but also, no, not that one, but also another one. Yeah, well, that I kind of planted the seed there, but to get the reaction. And, you got the blender.
Yeah, thank you for that.
But there was one of those meetings where things were kind of heated, and everybody had there's a lot of emotion around it. And you said, in a very forceful way, people, we're not changing the name because of the people that already know us. We're changing the name because of the people that don't know us. And that stuck in my head.
Right.
That was part of the blender process. And it was so logical. And, I knew that a lot of the emotion around the name change was, pride of authorship or association. I mean, both Allied and Percival had been around for, 30 some odd years,
right.
And you know, and then you also said something funny. You said, and quite frankly, the people who do know us, we could change it to almost anything, and they know because, you know, after they got upset, they'd still know us,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it was just, you know, and then also I love the fact that it didn't. I love the fact that when I looked it up, and you did a great presentation about, you know, because you had actually taken it to some of the top
Yep.
travel media,
Yep.
you know,
We stacked the deck.
you did that, and I read that, and I read some of their comments, and the whole idea of somebody at the top of their art, right? Someone at the top of what they did it. And the reality is, as I said, you know, just yesterday during my opening speech here in Vienna, the only other thing that was more stressful than the idea of dealing with all the politics at the moment was the fact that I knew that I had already dedicated 13 years of my life to this incredible group of travel advisors who were like so incredibly amazing. Their clients loved them, the things that they did, they were so creative. And the only thing that was more upsetting than all that was watching what all the pundits and everybody was talking about, oh, travel agents, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you guys don't understand. And so the connection to, we need something to be bold and different and,
Right.
and really kind of grab the attention. And little did we know, I mean, yeah, that was a fantastic word. I don't know, maybe you answer, you know, this is a good question for you, because did you know, or I certainly didn't realize what a great word it also was for being global,
Yes.
because there's no translation.
Yes. Pronounced almost identical in every language, the same meaning. Yeah, no, that's why I got excited on that flight
I mean-
from Las Vegas to Austin, because not
Yeah.
only was it a gorgeous word that meant the right thing, but when you looked at the usages around the world, it all stacked up.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we were so lucky that the domains,
The domains.
were they were easily purchasable.
Right.
For a reasonable amount, so it was just all meant to be.
Yeah.
But I just think about this series of events that led to that were really interesting to put all
Yeah.
the pieces together. And now, today, 21 years later, I have a travel agency
Yeah.
and the Virtuoso network, which I don't think either one of us would have
No.
predicted at the time. So, you know, it's nice to have benefited from the elevation of the brand, the creation of the brand, and now to watch advisors on my team so excited about being affiliated with Virtuoso and being a part of it, clients understanding, traveling around the world and running into people that know the brand. They see it on my luggage or a luggage tag or something I've got, and they're like, oh, Virtuoso, we know it, you know. And after just 21 years, that's pretty remarkable. So,
And to think about, you know, when we were here, we're treated very well when we were here in 2000, but it really does go to show, because I think it's, you know, the brand. I think the other thing that really worked, you and I knew that word, you know, was going to be it's shine a spotlight, and the brand also worked because they were already delivering.
Right.
It wasn't, you know, sometimes you build a brand to build something that hasn't existed, but
Right.
it was such a great brand and such a great name because it's actually what they did. They
Yeah.
really were artists. They really
Yeah.
were amazing, and their clients really did love them.
and it described everybody in the circle.
Right.
I mean, from our key partners that do
Right.
magic for our clients, to
Right.
our advisors, to those of us that
Right.
are putting on the puppet show
Yeah.
behind the scenes. You know, it's important. I just think it all worked out well. So it's a pleasure to have been involved.
And you know, and the one thing I remember you and I saying is that, wow, and it will really be special if the travelers start to think of themselves as virtuosos.
Yeah.
But from the perspective of like, there's something special here. And I love one of the things about the brand is like, sometimes people say, man, I don't really totally know what it is, but I like it.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it
Which is
feels-
kind of a cool part of a brand.
It feels good, and when you can get emotions tied to
Exactly.
a brand, then you're working.
Yeah.
You're cooking with gas, as we say in East Texas. Well, it's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Keith. All right, man.
Hi, it's Mo Greenwood from Departure Lounge, reporting from one and only Gorilla's Nest in Rwanda. We're going to move very quickly here because this suite is fabulous with so much to see. Come on in. We're going to start in the dining room and of course the bar area. It's replenished daily with spirits and wine and coffee and snacks. And then our gorgeous living area. Most of all, the fireplace. On an afternoon like this, when it's raining outside, it's such a homey feeling. We have a half bath, which is perfect for any suite. And our exquisite bedroom. overlooking the eucalyptus forest, which has a wonderful smell as well. Let's hurry into the bathroom because there's a lot to see. After a day of gorilla trekking, you of course have your own tub with all the wonderful African smells that they have for you. We have an indoor shower and an outdoor shower. So everything you could want. Have our own dressing area. And now let's really hurry because there's something very special to show you. Again, in the eucalyptus forest, if that bathroom wasn't enough, how about your own outdoor tub to relax after a beautiful day of gorilla trekking? Come join us at one and only Gorilla's Nest, Rwanda.
Hello everyone, this is Mauricio HANNA with Reimagine Travel, an affiliate of Departure Lounge. And today I am in the lovely Arts Hotel in Barcelona, Spain. And this is a property managed by Ritz-Carlton. So come on and join me. Let's do a tour of the amazing presidential penthouse at the 42nd floor of the tallest building in Barcelona. Come follow me. So, what we have here is a fully equipped kitchen with a beautiful island in the middle. And imagine for a second, just for a second, preparing whatever you want to prepare here and looking at the Sagrada Familia, the Sacred Family, which is the most iconic building in Barcelona and is Gaudi's masterpiece, the architect. So here, I promise you, a great space to entertain. Now, this fully equipped kitchen connects directly to a fantastic terrace with 360 degrees of Barcelona. So on the left you have the city, on the right you have the sea. Here we are at the dining room of the beautiful presidential penthouse. A lot of space to entertain. We have a little breakfast nook which also turns into a games table, more lounging area. Seriously, picture yourself doing some work with this view. I mean, you can't ask for a better working space in Barcelona, paired with a state-of-the-art telescope, binoculars, and look at this fantastic living room. You have no idea how many screens are in this space, but here's another one. And very nice vintage minibar, lounges to chill. It's just amazing. And this space is huge, guys. Like, I can literally skate here around and there will still be room for other stuff. And now we're gonna go upstairs. So, okay, so we went upstairs and we are on the second floor of this 4,000 square feet presidential penthouse of the Arts Hotel in Barcelona. What we have here is another lounge area, another screen, so lots of room to entertain, beautiful background views of the mountains, and I mean, and we got lucky today because the weather today is fantastic, so we really got a treat in terms of the nature playing on our favor. And now we have one of the bedrooms in this penthouse. Super comfy bed, I can assess that. Another screen, lamp desks, lamps on the side, and are you ready? Check out this bathroom. I mean, seriously, I think my apartment fits in this bathroom. Tons of closet, tons of storage, a beautiful shower, a beautiful marble finishings in all the walls, double sink, bathtub, you name it, they have it, seriously. And come follow me to the end of this fantastic tour of this amazing suite. I literally can move here today. If they allow me to, I would move here. Once again, another entertainment area. Little desk to work, but you're not supposed to work here. You're supposed to enjoy yourself. Only in case of emergency, you have a place to work on with, again, amazing views. And soon enough, we get to the master bedroom. Seriously, how amazing these quarters are. Again, Sagrada Familia views right from your bed, unobstructed. It's just surreal. Flat screen, lounge area, a bathroom that will leave you speechless because it is just so beautiful. I mean, again, picture yourself just relaxing inside that bathtub, soaking in the atmosphere of Barcelona, of Spain, maybe some tapas on the side, maybe some bubbly, I don't know. I just feel this is a very romantic corner of the penthouse. And again, those views, Jesus Christ, to die for. Are you ready for the end of this site inspection? Well, I promise you, I've been around for a while and I've never seen anything like this in the whole world. This is your closet, and surprise, surprise, you open this door and you directly connect to the Ritz-Carlton Spa on the 42nd floor of this property, and you just have your spa right after your doorstep. Seriously, there it is, 43rd floor.
Okay, everyone, the holidays are literally upon us. If you haven't made travel plans to get away for the holidays, it's not too late. We do have some space available that you can access through your Departure Lounge travel advisor, especially in Mexico. We've got some fantastic partners down there that would love to see you during the holidays or right after, starting with the Conrad Punta de Mita. If you'd like to spend the holidays there, for 5 nights or more, you can get a $200 credit. Your airport transfer is included, as well as 10% off the regular rate. So that's a great value while space lasts, and I love that property. If you'd like to go to Cabo to ring in the new year, a fantastic package available at the Ritz-Carlton Zadoon property, which is a Ritz-Carlton Reserve. Spend 5 nights or more, includes a New Year's Eve dinner, the champagne toast, $250 credit, and a spa treatment and some other perks. Really a great way to start off a new year, if you ask me. You also got a great chance to plan ahead for recovering for New Year's. If you'd like to go to Hotel Essencia right outside of Tulum, which is a really, really great place to rewind and reset. If you'd like to book with us between now and the end of November for a stay January 5th or after through March, they'll throw in an additional $200 credit to the perks that you normally get through Departure Lounge. And finally, Palmay, the House of I, which is an all-inclusive wellness resort in Playa del Carmen, is offering complimentary round-trip airport transfers in a luxury vehicle, private transfers, for any stay of 5 nights or more through September of next year. So those are all great offers. If you're interested in traveling for the holidays, reach out as soon as possible. We'll be able to help you and find what is available that you can still access. And we wish you the best holiday season. Take care.